All right. Good morning, everybody. I hope everybody's having a great day. So let's just get right into it. Today, what we're going to be doing, we are going to be playing the game, continuing our little beta test that we've been doing on Drucker County. But before doing that, I kind of wanted to just take a minute, sit back, discuss the update and what the developers had to say about all the feedback and stuff they gave, because I had my thoughts about that, and I kind of wanted to get everybody on the same page on what's going on if you guys have not been following this update. So we're literally just going to start right from the beginning and just kind of discuss what the update even is, what it's targeting, what's the purpose, what are they trying to fix with this update. That way we can better understand the feedback. That way we can better understand the implementation, everything. But while we're discussing this, I am going to turn the music down a little bit just so we can talk in peace for a sec. But yeah, so as you guys know, currently in the live version of the game, the infestations and the siege system is fairly basic. It's practically ignorable. It's really not a part of the game. Let's start with infestations, for example. Infestations, the way they work, they just randomly pop up around the map. You have no control. Sometimes they'll be way on the other side of the map, and you never know what's causing them to pop up, why they're popping up. You'll kill one, another one pops up on the other side of the map randomly. It's very, very sporadic. There's nothing that players can do to play against it. It's boring. The infestations themselves are very easy. Only a couple of zombies and a handful of screamers at worst. They're very, very boring, and realistically, you could just ignore them. Like, if you don't kill any infestations at all, nothing will happen, except your people get a little cranky. But if you're playing on Lethal Zone and stuff like that, they're cranky anyways, and morale really doesn't have a real negative effect on gameplay, really. So it doesn't really matter at the end of the day whether you have a bunch of infestations, really, really low morale in the current game. It doesn't affect anything. So that causes a lot of players, and throughout my time doing State of Decay on this channel, I've had countless amounts of people that tell me, oh yeah, I just ignore my infestations. I just ignore them. And I'm like, damn, you know what I mean? Because realistically, they're not doing anything wrong. It's not like you have to kill them. So that is one system I could say, yeah, change this, because I felt infestations in State of Decay 1 were a bit scarier than they are in this game. In this game, they're more just like an annoyance. And then sieges. And then when we go to sieges were on I believe a 45-minute timer. Every 45 minutes, your base would randomly get hit. And when that 45-minute timer came up, however much noise and threat you had built up at that moment would dictate how hard the siege would be. So it was just on this 45-minute thing, and there was nothing you could do to stop it. It was just every 45 minutes it's going to happen. And most of the time, if you are decent at managing your threat, the sieges were 1 minute long, and they were very, very boring. Most of the time, if you're even mid-game, you could just stand there and let your AI deal with the siege, because it's really nothing. Now, unless you're like building a whole bunch of stuff and you somehow actually trigger a massive siege, they could get pretty nasty. They'd be like 3-4 minutes. You'd get some juggernauts, ferals, and stuff like that. Massive sieges were a pretty big deal if you did tend to get one. But most of the time, once you understand how the game mechanics worked, they were very, very, very easy to avoid massive sieges. So that was another thing a lot of players, even myself, would complain about. It's like, man, like I'm in the middle of doing these missions. Now this damn siege popped up. And it almost felt like an annoyance, because it's just like there was no counterplay. Like I couldn't set myself up, okay, I'm going to go and do all this so I can go focus on missions for a while and not have to worry about sieges. But no, every 45 minutes it would pop up. So it was another part of the system that was very blah, and I feel like base sieges in zombie games are supposed to be like, you look at games like 7 Days to Die, and you look at all the zombie lore, all these movies, the hordes, there's the zombies at our gates, like banging on the walls, like these big tense siege moments. Like that's what people expect from these, and State of Decay just was not delivering on that that idea, but that's what the developers wanted. So with all that out the way, now we understand what we have and what was wrong with the system. Now the developers, they're trying to remedy that situation. And hold on one second. I've got some questions in it. But low morale could cause your community. So if it gets low enough, Mill, like, yeah, your people will threaten to leave. But infestations aren't going to be enough to bring your people to that point. And even when your people do get brought to that point where they're like, yo, I want to leave, they don't just leave. The game does give you a chance to stop that regardless of how low your morale is. What will happen is if your morale does hit low enough and your people are like, yo, I'm leaving, it pops up a mission and it gives you one last chance that you have to do said mission for these people or for your survivor, and then they'll stay. Really, really easy. Sometimes you got to go out and loot something. Sometimes you got to go out and clear an infestation. Really, really, really simple mission. Go out, do it, boom, they'll stay. So it's really not, it's gamey. You know what I mean? You can let your morale get as low as possible and just make sure you're constantly doing the missions as people want to leave, and you'll never lose a survivor. So now we all know what the system is we have now. Obviously, the developers, they're trying to keep State of Decay 2 interesting while they're developing State of Decay 3. So as you know, they're constantly updating the game, new improvements, just trying to make the game their vision of when they first released it. So now they're introducing this new system, which kind of ties sieges, infestations, and plague hearts all together. And as you guys have seen over this series, it does a pretty decent job of doing that, tying all three together. Now, it might be a little weird for some of you guys, the way that they're doing this, because I've seen people say, like, what the hell? That makes no sense. Like, why are you killing zombies and plague hearts and infestation? And how come the plague hearts seem like they have thought and all this other stuff? It's because what the developers are aiming towards now is the blood plague and the way the State of Decay 2 zombie virus works. They're trying to make it like on a hive mind type system. Almost like what you guys, I seen somebody say it earlier in the chat, kind of like what you see in the new Last of Us TV show, where the zombies are all kind of like interconnected with the hearts and stuff, or with their little, I don't even know what those are, the little fungal nests or whatever. It's almost exactly like that. So that's what the devs are trying to do here. So they're trying to tie everything together. The blood plague is going to be on a hive mind type system. Now, I believe the reason why they're trying to tie this in, at least if I were to think, is maybe because of State of Decay 3, they might have some hive mind type stuff that they're establishing in that game, and they don't want to retcon too much in this game, so they're kind of trying to get State of Decay 2 to at least resemble some type of hive mind, because if they're really going to double up or play on that in State of Decay 3, they need to, with the animals and all this other stuff, there might be some type of hive mind network, how the blood plague's spreading and trying to take over new types of, so I see why they want to tie all this stuff together, but that is their goal, to tie all this stuff together, make it this hive mind system. Now, let's start with the plague hearts. They've tied infestations to plague hearts directly. We now have 2 stages of plague hearts. When you first start your game, plague hearts start off dormant. They have little sleeping symbols. Your plague hearts don't do anything. You'll never have infestations at that point. Nothing happens. And they, once you go into plague territory and you do one of many different things that can potentially wake up a plague heart, like kill zombies, hit the plague heart, have a screamer go off, or wake up another plague. Like there's pretty much the only ways to wake them up is killing zombies, screamer screaming, and hitting the plague heart. Those are like the 3 main ways. There might be something else that I can't think of right now, but I know one of them is like if you kill a plague heart, it wakes up another plague heart, and like higher difficulties. But I'm hoping they change that. But let's get back to it. So the plague hearts have the 2 stages, which is fine. I'm perfectly fine with that system. I had no issues with that. I like the way that, they tied the infestations to the plague hearts, because then you as a player knows, okay, I'm the reason why I have infestations, and I as a player also know how I could stop these infestations from spreading by taking out the plague heart that you woke up. So it allows player agency. It's like, okay, yes, I can see what is happening. I know what I can do to stop it. It's no longer this invisible thing that pops up around the map I have no control over it. Now it's 100% in your hands. Now there is balancing issues. Lots and lots of balancing issues, but we'll get into those soon. But that's the premise of the idea, is they want you to be able to counterplay as a player, to know, okay, visually look at your map and say, it is my fault I have a ton of infestations right now, and the game's not just doing stuff to me. So they tied those two things together, but then they also tied the sieges into the same system. And I think, like, if you just look at the system in as a whole, chat, like take the balance out of the equation and just look at the system as a whole, with the play cards spreading, sending out hordes, infesting buildings, which build up and create base sieges. It's a good system, way better than what we currently have, which is boring and practically nothing and ignorable. This is a much more grounded and adds a lot more strategy to the game and stuff like that. So it is, in my opinion, a better system. Just needs some balancing, and that's the main idea of where they're going. That's what they want the system to do. That's how they want it to perform. But now let's get into I guess you could say, the triggers for plague hearts. Will start off with the balance issues that it currently has. Now, right now, one of the ways to wake up a plague heart is a screamer screaming. But that's all it takes, chat, is a single screamer screams in plague territory, and boom, your plague heart's awake. Now, at first, I liked that idea. I did. I was like, this is cool. It creates tension. You got to stop outside of plague territory, scan. But the way the spawning system in State of Decay works is I could go clear the road of screamers, right? So I'm like, all right, I want to drive my car into this town, but I'm going to go on foot. That way I can, clear out all the screamers. First, the problem is you can't clear the screamers, chat. You can't clear them, because if you kill the screamers, you wake up the plague heart. It only takes like 3 screamer kills on lethal to wake up the plague heart. So there's no counterplay to this individual. If I could at least kill said screamers, then there's a little bit of counterplay. The system kind of makes sense, but I can't kill the screamers. Screamers are pretty hard to avoid in cars, because all you got to do is get within a certain radius of them and they scream. So you can't drive past them. The only thing you could do is completely sneak around them, which means I can't bring my car into the town, period. And then the thing is even if I could kill the screamers, say that the devs changed it and we're like, oh, well, we'll allow you to kill zombies in plague territory. They increased thresholds or whatever. Even if that was the case, the way the spawning system works in State of Decay, I could go down the main road and let's say, I don't know, Marshall. Let's just say Marshall. I could go down that main road there, kill all the screamers, turn around, go back to my car, drive my car down said road, and screamers will spawn right back in, because the way the spawning system in State of Decay works, it doesn't work well with a system like that. So at first I was like, yo, this sounds cool. It creates tension, but then it just kind of got annoying. And I'm like, okay, I can now see how this is a little too much. So my counter to that was, instead of it just being a single scream that wakes up a plague heart, have it just count towards waking up the plague heart, just like zombie kills. Say 50, if you kill 50 zombies in plague territory, plague heart will wake up. A screamer screaming, would be the equivalent to, like, I don't know, 5 zombies screaming or something like that, or 5 zombies being killed. Just have it work towards it. So if you get like 4 or 5 screamers that scream during that time you're in plague territory, okay, boom, I get it. Now I understand, I feel like that would be a better system. Now, when this was brought up on the developers, this was the only issue I had with the stream they did the other day. Like I said, I love the devs over at Undead Labs a lot. But the other day, the stream that they did, I don't know. I felt like the whole point of the stream was to, give us feedback on the feedback they received and talk about, balance changes and stuff like that. But they didn't say anything. I don't know if any of you guys were there, But if you really go back and you break down, they didn't say anything. They didn't give us any information that we could have automatically assumed on our own, except the fact that they did a lot of the things they touched on, you know, that we already knew were issues. They just pretty much said, yeah, we know that this is an issue and we're working on it. And I was like, okay. But what do you know, do you have any, and I was in the chat, you know, asking over and over again. I'm like, well, you know, like what? You know, because and I asked the question. I was like, okay, so right now there's an issue in the game chat. Once you get about almost 50%, once you get about 50% into your playthrough, play cards killed. Play cards will randomly start waking up on their own. Just they start waking up on their own. I hate that. It is a terrible system. I've told you guys the whole time we've been playing this, I do not like the fact that the play cards wake up on their own. So when I was in Undead Lab stream, I brought that up. And I was like, hey, listen, the play cards wake up on their own. Yeah, it's not random, chat. There's a system behind it. They did verify that there's a system. It was intentional. And they did it because they didn't want the game to get stagnant. They wanted to keep the tension up. Yeah. So it was intentional. So let's clarify. The random play cards waking up was intentional. So they wanted to kind of keep the pace of the game going. And I'm like, whoa. Okay, that there right there is a mistake, because now as a game developer, you're trying to dictate the pace that players play your game. You're saying, okay, well, we need this to speed up. We need to keep. No, the game does that on its own. You don't need to. You don't need to put these arbitrary systems in to build tension like that. Just because now what you're doing is you're taking away gameplay styles from people, and you're adding in this to a game that's 4 years old. A bad system, bad. Like if the devs did that, it would push me away from wanting to even play the game. I'm being honest with you guys. It's a terrible system. So I brought up, hey, you know, play cards wake up on their own. That's when they explained, yeah, this is what happened. This is, you know, we know that this is an issue, and we're working on it. So that's what they said, and I'm like, okay, so but what do you like? Are you getting rid of it? Is it going to be like they don't wake up? Period. Because that's what I want. I just want an answer to my question. Like I'm asking you, are play cards going to wake up on their own? And the developers were like, oh, yeah, we know there's balance issues. We're looking into it. We're trying to come. Okay. So by the way you answered that question, I'm taking that as you didn't just say no. Like it's an easy yes or no. No, play cards aren't going to wake up on their own anymore. We're working on a different system. Oh, it's going to work differently. Boom. Answered my question. But they didn't do that, chat. They kind of beat around the bush. And now I'm sitting here thinking, okay, so the way you just said that play cards are going to still wake up on their own, you're just going to tweak it differently. That's what I took from that, because they couldn't just give us a yes or a no. And then they said that they're not even putting this update on PTR again after that. I was like, no, don't do that. Because now you're going to make a bunch of changes, and then you're just going to add this into the live game. And I didn't like it, chat. So they didn't give us a yes or a no on that. And I asked like 4 times, chat, and I was just like, I just want a plain English answer. Like, yes, are the play cards going to randomly wake up on their own? Period. And they didn't answer the question. So I don't know, chat. I can't give you a confident yes or no. I'm worried about it. I am. Because I hate that system. I don't think it needs to be in the game at all. If there was anything in this update that I could not stand, it's that. Because it completely defeats the purpose of the system. And the developers were like, yes, the system is like 99% of the people that did the survey said, yes, the system is an improvement, because it is an improvement to what we have now. But if you leave that in, it is not an improvement. It is not an improvement whatsoever. It automatically makes this the worst thing you could ever do to the game. Not an improvement anymore. Now, I said yes on my survey that this system was an overall improvement. We are going to be playing the game here, Sweet and Lucy, but we're just discussing the new balance changes that the devs are talking about. I said yes on my survey that this was a net improvement, with the idea that developers are going to change some things So yes, with some things changed, this system is a net positive compared to what we have currently in the game. But if they left that part of the system in the game, it will no longer be a net gain. I will hate the system. It is not good. So there's that. And when it comes to the zombie kills, that was another part that I didn't really like. I felt in Lethal Zone, you kill 8 zombies, chat. 8 zombies. You'll wake up a plague heart. That and freaks count towards the kills even more. So you get about 3 freak zombie kills, you wake up a plague heart. You kill about 8 zombies, you wake up a plague heart. Those numbers felt really, really low to me, and I'm like, it just doesn't feel fun. I can't even kill anything. Stealth kills count towards waking up plague hearts. The crossbow, it doesn't matter. Any zombie that dies that you kill yourself, there's ways around it by using like AI. Because AI kills don't count. But I was like, at least make it so stealth kills don't count. That way, maybe players can have counterplay to the system. But at the end of the day, that number needs to be raised. They have to raise that number. It feels really, really bad for, a player. The way now, like I said, it's just the way the spawning system works in this game. It doesn't work well with such low thresholds. Like even on Lethal Zone, it should be like at least 30, 40 zombies. Allow me to go into that area and do a mission, at least, because I seen somebody in the beta branch on the Discord talking. They had a mission popped up on their map that required them to go into the map and kill an infestation, or you had to clear out this building for this enclave. You can't do that, especially if it's a mission that spawns on the other side of the map, because missions will spawn wherever. They'll spawn on the other side of the map in plague territory where you don't want to go. You know what I mean? And then because that mission spawned there for an enclave that you want to max out, or you're spending time. Maybe there's somebody in that enclave you want to recruit, and they're one mission away from being allies, and you're depending on recruiting one of their survivors, and then their last mission spawns in plague territory on the other side of the map, and they want you to go clear out a building or something for them. Now you're screwed. You're sitting here like, well, what the hell? Now I got to wake up a plague heart, which is going to, if there's 4 or 5 other plague hearts in that area, all of those plague hearts are now going to wake up if I go in there and a screamer goes off. I got all these plague hearts awake, and it just makes it to the point where you don't even want to do missions anymore. They have to raise the threshold. They got to make it feel like I could at least go in plague territory, do some stuff, leave, and let that area calm back down. Because the way the system works currently is you kill a bunch of zombies. Imagine filling up a meter. 0 to 100. You kill a bunch of zombies, that starts filling up. And say you get up to about 80. That meter doesn't just stay at 80, chat. What happens is once you leave that plague territory, over time, it will drain back down. It will go down, 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 and then eventually it'll go back down to 0. So what that means is you could go into plague territory, do a mission, raise that bar up, kill a bunch of zombies, get that bar up to like 80, 90%, and then leave. And then that area will calm back down, and eventually it'll 0 back out, and that plague heart is good. You don't have to worry about it. I feel that they need to have a way to visualize that. Allow us to see how close a plague heart maybe is to awakening. Psycho AI, first of all, I want to say thank you so much. I really do appreciate that huge super chat. Simple that way. Good streaming time for us Europeans. Greetings from Germany. There it is. Psycho, I really appreciate you, brother. I hope you're having a great day, man. Holy crap. I really appreciate you, man. But yeah, they need to visualize that. Allow us to see how close said plague heart is to waking up. That way players can know, okay, yeah, I'm getting too close. I can't do this right now. Let me bail out. And that way players can also see, all right, is that area calm back down? Can I go back in there? Maybe there's loot in there. Maybe there's something that's in there. I feel like that is something that needs to be done. But they also didn't speak on that either. I'm going to give you, if you guys didn't watch your stream, I'm going to tell you right now, what their stream consisted of was pretty much them just telling us, yes, the overall feedback that we received from our testers aligns almost perfectly with everything we already knew was an issue. Then they gave us some broad topics, like plague heart awakening, infestation, spread rates. They just hit broad topics, and that was it. They didn't get into details like the chain awakening. They didn't even talk about that. They didn't even mention it, and that's something that needs to go away. Like the chain awakening is super stupid, because what happens is, me as a player, I'm like, okay, this plague heart woke up. I want to go kill it, right? If I go in the plague territory, I kill said plague heart, and then it just wakes up the plague heart next to it. Like, what did I do? All I did was move my problem from this house to this house. You know what I mean? So I was just like, it's not a good idea. They should definitely change that. So there, like I said, there's a ton of things that I feel need to be changed. Their stream wasn't what I was hoping for. So I know I got you guys pumped up for it, and I do apologize because I was there. I was super excited. I was hoping to hear all this feedback, new directions, some details on what they wanted to change. Now I get that maybe they don't have those details hammered in, which is fine. I get that. Maybe they have a couple options in the air and they're still kind of brainstorming. You could say that, chat. You could, like, if okay, well, yeah, the Plague Heart Awakening thing, or the zombie threshold, we know it's an issue. So we're thinking maybe we're gonna raise it up by like double, or maybe we're gonna triple it, or maybe we'll not count stealth kills. They could have just threw out a bunch of ideas on what they're thinking of. That way we could at least know, okay, yeah, but all they said was, yeah, we know it's an issue and we're working on it. Okay. That's not, now if they would have said, yeah, we know it's an issue and we're working on it and we're going to be uploading the new changes to PTR, I'd be like, all right, bet. I'll when the new PTR changes come out, boom, I'll check it out. But then they said that they are not even going to be putting the changes on PTR. It's going straight to live. I would be lying to you guys if I said I wasn't worried about that, chat. Like, and I love this game to death. You guys know I've covered this game. I never have anything negative to say about the developers. They're great people. But I got to be honest, that last stream they did, it was not it, chat. It was not it. They were way too vague. You can't dump a system like this on people and then be really, really vague on how you're going to fix it. And then be like, yes, we're just putting this on live. Once we get it squared away. It's like, okay, but there's a lot of issues. Like, there's a lot of things that need to be tweaked. You know what I mean? Can you at least like comfort? Like right now, I'd say the community's like, it's like a 50-50 split right now. There's a lot of people that really enjoy the update, and then there's a lot of people that really hate the update due to the fact there's a lot of balance issues. But you're not even comforting that other group at all. You know what I mean? The people obviously that like me, I'm okay with there is stuff I don't like. And if I'm sitting here worried, chat, you know what I mean? I couldn't even imagine how other people feel. You know what I mean? So I do feel like they could have done a better job of describing that. I'm not going to tell them how to do their jobs. But if it was me, I would have done things a little differently. Overdrummer with the super chat, brother. Thank you so much. But yeah, it was just it was a very vague stream. They danced around. There was not a whole lot of information given out. But pretty much what they said is they are changing the landmines too. But this was another thing. And I asked this question 4 times, chat. 4 times in their live stream. Now, I don't care. I'm not sitting here like, oh, I'm Brian Menard. I'm one of the biggest straight Decay content creators. Like, answer my fucking questions. That's not what I'm saying at all. I don't care. I'm a nobody. I get that. They don't have to answer my questions. But I asked the question 4 times. Because and then Paul, there was a couple other people that were repeating my question. But I asked the question 4 times when it came to outpost traps. Because right now, the outpost traps are very, very OP. Very, very OP. Yes, I will be playing the game here in a few minutes. We're just discussing the update. The outpost traps are OP. They said that they're working on new animations for the traps, which sounded super dope. New sound effects. Right now, what we have is kind of like a placeholder, but they have all these new ideas for how they want them to work. And I'm like, yo, that is awesome. Like, that sounds really, really cool. But then they said that they wanted to change how landmines work. And I'm like, okay. Could you give us some ideas? That was my question. So you're changing outposts. Can you throw out a couple ideas of, maybe what you guys are thinking, how they're going to work going forward? Because right now they just kill everything that walks into plague territory. And then they said they're going to change that. So I was like, well, can you, throw us out some of your brainstorms or your ideas of how the system's going to work now going forward? They didn't answer the question. So I'm like, oh my God, dude, like, you can't just throw out like, yeah, we're changing the system. To what? Like, give us at least an idea. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, that's just a bug, Aaron. That's just a bug. So that's what I meant by it was just very vague how they discuss things. It was just very, very vague, and there wasn't much information except the fact that we know that they know there's issues and they are working on them. So we just kind of got to take solace in that chat. Take it as for what it is. I mean, I do trust the developers in Undead Labs to make good decisions. So it's not like, to me, it's not a lost cause. I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, it's over, chat. They're going to ruin the game. No, they're very grounded developers. Even they said they're going to be pushing this straight to live when they make their changes. There is no release date. There is no release date on it yet. So I'm pretty sure it's still going to be a couple months. But they are going to be pushing this to live. But one of the things he said, is we're going to push this to live and then make changes afterwards. That was another statement that kind of worried me because I was like, you guys know how gamers are. You know what I mean? You push the system out and it's shit. And there's a lot of things that still need to be fixed when you make it go live. That could really hurt the game because what players are going to do is they're going to play it, they're going to hate it, and they're not going to play the game anymore. So this is kind of one of those things you got to get right. Even and then the last thing you want to do is alienate your players who have been playing this game for 4 years. You know what I mean? So they need to, release broken, fix later. I don't know, but I do trust the devs. So we'll see, chat, how this goes. But that was my little spiel. I wanted to kind of talk about their balance changes, what they said the other day in the stream, because I know I've been getting you guys pumped up. And it is what it is. But let's do it, chat. So, as you guys know, we've been on the system. We're on Drucker County. And the plague hearts have randomly started waking up at this point in my playthrough, which is super annoying, but it is what it is. Damn, RLD. RLD said, Brian, not one really single really good beginner's guide on YouTube for this game. Sad face. It hurts my feelings, man, because I made a couple beginner guides myself. Ouch. No, I'm just kidding, man. The thing about this game is there really isn't a whole lot of people that cover it, but the guys who do, Arvid is pretty good, Fox is pretty good. There's sporadic information around the internet, myself, but like I said, there is really not like one-stop shop. You go and there's just a great guide somewhere. Like, yeah, it is a little sporadic. Oh, that was one of the things they did say to the chat, that they are going to be working on the rewards. That they're going to they want the system to feel more rewarding. So if you go kill a infestation, the rewards, like, they want to incentivize players for going out and actually engaging with the system, and that's great. I love goodies, you know what I mean? I love rewards. So yeah, that was one of the things they also said. That was actually one of the things they were beating on, like, a lot, actually. And I'm like, rewards are nice, but rewards don't fix the system, though. Like, yes, incentivizing the system is good. I'm not going to sit here and say it's not good, but that should not be your main focus. They should definitely be focusing on other aspects of the system, not the rewards. Like, you know what I mean? You can't make, like, yeah, if a system's shitty, you can kind of hide a shitty system with good rewards, because players are going to be so about getting rewarded, that they're gonna be willing to kind of put up with crap. But I don't think that's how the developer. I don't think that's what they meant by that. Like, I don't think they're gonna try to hide a shitty system behind good rewards. But I also can't I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't know. But we have obviously seen that in the past with other games. You know what I mean? They'll bury shitty game mechanics behind really good rewards, and that way players don't complain about it as much. If you kill all the plague hearts, will the infestation stop? Yes, Carter. As of right now in the system, if you do clear your whole map of infestations, they just go away for the most part. Now, with the they didn't tell us what they're working on after, like how that's going to change. But
you know what?
As of right now, that's how it works.
Hey neighbors, the clinic is coming together, but we need a generator to get things going. Let us know if you can help.
When you get to 50% stage, when a heart has killed, another heart will awaken. But it will have a massive delay. You'll notice when you stop killing hearts, nothing will randomly awaken. See, I didn't even kill hearts anymore, and man, and I had them waking up. So Doc Po, I actually had this like these plague hearts here. I didn't kill a plague heart around these plague hearts. Like generally, what happened, like if I kill this plague heart, this one will wake up. If I kill this plague heart, this one will wake up. That's not the system I'm talking about. I was over here looting, and this plague heart woke up. Randomly. About 30 minutes later, up here looting, this plague heart woke up. Randomly. For no reason. I didn't kill a plague heart. I didn't do anything. I don't know. And that's just how it was. So I don't know if we're talking about, if that's what you were referring to. Tell the devs to remove the weapons from plague hearts. I was going to do a petition for them to remove the freaking guns out of plague hearts, or at least damage them again, because they used to be damaged back in the day. I don't know if any of you guys remember that, but yeah, when you used to get guns out of plague hearts, they'd be super, super beat up. I feel like, but then for some reason they changed it. I don't know why.
Let's go raid them all. You know, for supplies.
Does this game have mod support? Yes, it does.
We've got a few too many infestations around here.
Now she has striking, so we're gonna go ahead and rock breaching hammer. Okay, so let's look at our map, chat. Let's figure out what the hell we're doing today. You know, let's go check out the survivor activity. Might be somebody we can recruit. And for those asked earlier, yes, we will be playing Assassin's Creed Valhalla later on.
The Zeds weren't exactly helping me finish up, but maybe you can.
Thanks. Could you watch my back while I finish scavenging this place?
Hey.
Sure. Minute and a half, we got to defend her. Pretty easy, though. I actually have, depending on where the zombies come from, they'll hit my traps. Here we go.
by.
Hate that freaking execution.
I gotta rest.
Scream in the front.
You know me, just trying to make myself useful.
Brainless around.
All right, mission is complete, man. That was a long ass minute and a half, chat.
I gotta catch my breath.
It was a pretty decent bit of zombies. With this new update, is the Haven device really useful? I mean, the Haven device is always going to be useful, Mill, because it pops heads, man.
You might be okay after all.
Like, if the zombies walk up to your base during a siege, you're just going to get
Let's not
popped.
Make a whole deal out of it, okay?
Like, it doesn't get much more
As it
useful
turns
than
out,
that.
I do have a very particular set of skills.
Ooh, that's why I thought she might want to join us. Ah, she's a driver. You know what, chat? We'll recruit her. I want to see how that the driving quietness works.
Fucking A!
They get like a stealth bonus.
We're holed up this way.
KFC, how you doing? The devs were actually kind of worried about it. You could tell when they talked about it because they're kind of beating around the bush. But the Haven device, right now, how it currently works in the game, is it prevents sieges. Period. Like, it gives you this really, really cool effect when zombies get close to your base. For those of you guys never seen, the Haven device is a story-locked piece of equipment. If you play on the Trumbull Valley map, you can you go through this whole storyline with the Dr. Hoffman and Isby, and you have to do all this stuff. And it's really, really cool. You find out who Cleo is, and at the end of this quest line, you unlock the Haven device. So when you get this thing and you install it in your base, it gives you this really, really cool effect. When a zombie walks into your radius of your base, its eyes start glowing green and it starts bubbling, and eventually its head pops within like 10 seconds or so. Boom, head pops. Really, really cool base defense thing. Like if you get ferals, juggernauts within 10, 15 seconds, boom, they're gonna die. So it's really, really strong, really, really cool. But then the developers added, and I haven't liked this since it came out. Then the developers added this other function to the Haven device that made it so you just don't get base sieges, period. Like, they just don't happen. So, in one hand, they give you this really cool zombie killing machine to help you with base sieges. But then, at the same time, it makes it so you never get base sieges. So it's like, what the hell? You know, it works against itself. So I never liked the fact that I couldn't get base sieges because I want to see this freaking thing in action. You know what I mean? So with this new update, they will be removing the no base siege part of the Haven device. Now, will there be some people that cry about that? Probably. But at the end of the day, it was a dumb thing to be added to it anyways. You know what I mean?
Nice to have an extra pair of hands.
Thank you. Like, seriously. Thanks.
Yeah, we got ourselves a driver now. So I don't know how well... Let me see.
Hey, you're not dead.
got this.
So 100% fuel efficiency, 50% vehicle stealth, and 50% vehicle endurance. So I wonder if you combo vehicle stealth with the vehicle stealth buff you get out of the auto shop. Chat, you're looking at like 80% plus vehicle stealth. These people will be able to drive cars so quiet. I don't know. We're gonna have to test that. We're gonna have to test that for sure.
Hey,
I'm gonna give you
Has anybody ever tested that out? Yes, the Haven device is still going to kill the zombies when they come to your base. But it's what the Haven device did was it just made it so you never you just didn't get a siege at all. Like so that it never got to do its job because it just prevented sieges from happening. But now it won't. Now you'll actually get a siege, but the Haven device is just going to kill the zombies as they show up. You know what I mean? Casper, how you doing? All right, so let's come up with a game plan, chat. We just got a new survivor. We got a horde that's moving its way down into here. How long do we have on our traps? 29 minutes on lures and 39 minutes on our actual traps. So we still got another 40 minutes before we have to worry about re-upping all this stuff. Now, I think at the end of last episode, I said I wanted to focus on clearing out this town here. Because the plague hearts are waking up on their own anyways, I might as well just clear the town out. And that's the only thing I hate about that is I have to, switch over to, this speedrunner mindset, and I don't like it. I want to play slower. All right, we'll switch to this. I got enough fuel to make some more fuel bombs, so let's go ahead and get some of those crafted up. Do two batches. Got 6 repair kits, chat. We're winning. Definitely winning.
We're just gonna keep losing stuff like this until we can store it right.
All right, I'm gonna re-up on handgun ammo. So we're gonna start this episode off a little aggressive. We're gonna be going and hitting some plague hearts right off the bat. For vehicle endurance, yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm excited to see how driving works. I actually never really used drivers, chat, at all. Remix, hey, I'm glad to have you here. Had a good game idea. Dead Island 1 and 2. I've already played Dead Island 1 on the channel. We'll be playing Dead Island 2 when it drops. Will I play Redfall? Joker, I don't even know what that is. It is a big difference having a survival with driving skill playing on Nightmare. It doesn't have the widescreen. So Lil Uesto asks about not being, his screen doesn't seem wide enough, he can't see his whole character. Now, what that has to do with, chat, is if you come here to video, you'll see this slider here called field of view. The higher this number, the further away you pull the screen out. And then the smaller this number, the closer it is. I play at about 75. For me, that was my comfort, where I liked... I feel like it was not too close and it was not too far. So we're playing on a custom difficulty right now. We're playing on Nightmare, Lethal. I'll show you guys. Yeah, we're playing on Nightmare, Lethal. I wanted to test the system on Nightmare Zone to see, you know, how aggressive it was, and it's pretty decent. Jason Lee with the super chat. Brian, hope you and the family are good. Is there, or have you heard Resident Evil Open World is in the making? This would be sick. I know I haven't heard that. And yes, I will be playing the Resident Evil 4 remake, chat. Yeah, I've tested the system twice on Lethal Zone. We beat it. And I tested it once on Nightmare, and now we're doing like another custom test. Redfall is it's like a vampire shooter with magic. I might have to look into that. Yeah, I've never even heard of it. Steve, I'm glad you're enjoying the content, man. Okay, so we're going to start off with this heart here. Of course, that has to be nighttime, right?
Better keep it.
Losing my family in the outbreak. That gave me the rage to fight. And when I heard Lydia's voice for the first time, that gave me the will to live. But the stories about survivors out there making it feel different. That's what gives me hope.
Gotta turn the music up. Forgot. Lady X with the super chat. So yeah, do a quick recap on my thoughts so far. I mean, I'm happy with the system, and I just wish the devs gave out more information the other day on what they're changing. Because there's a couple things in the system that I definitely would like to see changed. And the other day's stream just wasn't very comforting in that department. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I love the devs to death, but that stream just was not, it was not it. They were way too vague.
That should let us reclaim some of this area.
All right, there it is, chat.
That's gonna slow me down.
No, there's no no release date, nothing like that. Like I said, they are tweaking, you know what I mean? The release date I'm not even worried about. Like the fact that we didn't hear anything on that I get it. They don't know. They might have an idea, but you know, they don't want to run into the same issue that they ran into last year, where they told us we were going to get you know, the Forever Communities update in July, and then we don't end up getting it till October, and that caused a lot of backlash for the community. So, and people were, you know, pitchforks out and all this other stuff. So you obviously know the devs aren't going to ever do that again now. So they're not going to say anything. We're never going to hear, you know, unless they know for certain when they're releasing something, they're not going to give us any windows anymore. What is my primary weapon of choice?
You think you're getting up?
Ambush, chat.
Oh, that's bad.
Now I gotta go heal up a little bit. That was a lot of damage. All right, I'm just popping into base really quick to heal, because that was pretty bad. We'll come here. We're gonna go here, fraction therapy, and there we go. Like it never happened. Nah, we'll wait a little bit. We'll wait a little bit. Oh, who's the voice actor for this character? I have no clue. But I hope everybody's having a great day. Sorry we started this stream off so negatively. I wish I had more positive information. You guys know me. I generally don't like to be a negative person, but you know, I'm only human, and when stuff bothers me, it bothers me. It takes a lot to bother me, and that did indeed bother me. And I think it's just because I'm so passionate about this game, and I want nothing but the best for this game, that, you know, I just kind of get my feelings when it comes to stuff like that. So I might be coming off a little critical and stuff like that, but it's all out of love. Yeah, Nightmare Zone actually has one of the hardest hordes in the game. The double jug pat, that's not in lethal for whatever reason. It's only a Nightmare Zone horde, and it's actually the, like, I consider it the hardest horde in the game.
I got plenty more.
Might kill it right there. If I got in the room.
Ah, shit, it's a screamer. Should make this part of town a lot safer. As long as I'm in plague territory, no place is ever really secure.
Grab the gas, grab that. And I do appreciate it, guys. Over 300 likes already on the stream. That's amazing, seriously. Yeah, Lady X, I was hoping they got the message about the random hearts waking up. That, you know, not a lot of people like that idea. Not a lot of people like that mechanic. But like I said, from how they were talking, I can't tell if they understand that's a shitty mechanic and they're going to remove it, or if they understand it's a shitty mechanic and they're just going to alter it, because they said that they added it to keep the mid-end game interesting, or whatever the words they use for it. And now they want to take that and focus that more towards the I don't even know what the heck they were saying, but it just I was genuinely confused. So, like, you know, it always feels bad. You know, you have imagine having a conversation with somebody, you ask them a question, and then you finish that conversation with the same questions. Just like, well, I asked a question and I still feel like I didn't get an answer. I guess that was the reason why it bothered me, because I left that stream with I didn't feel any different. You know what I mean? I didn't feel like I learned anything. I don't know. It was just weird. Like, it's not too often you ask somebody a question, they look at you, they answer you, and then you're just like, still confused at the end of it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm like, man, you said a lot of stuff, and I feel like I should understand what's going on here, but I don't know. We'll start with this one and then hit that one.
If I take out the nearest plague heart, this might just clear up. Feels hot enough to boil water in here.
Yo, nuking all the zombies is so satisfying, chat. So satisfying. Are you able to craft stimulants? No. You can craft energy drinks, which are like a low tier stim, but yeah, you can't craft actual stims, and I believe you can in Heartland. So if you wanted to, you could. I think you could do a stim farm in Heartland, drop them on the ground, pick them up with your normal survivors, and then you'd need multiplayer though to transfer it over to your main game. But I think that's the only way you can really craft stims. Who's still going to play State of Decay 2 if State of Decay 3 comes out? I'm pretty sure a lot of people actually, Joker. If you look just at history of how games work, you know what I mean? I feel like there's always a bunch of people that play, you know, like, look how many people still play State of Decay 1 even though State of Decay 2 is out, you know? How many people play the Division 1 when Division 2 is out, you know what I mean? I just feel like it's just one of those things. Can't wait for New Dawn. Oh, the Far Cry New Dawn? Yeah. Still can't believe what happened at the end of that game. Holy crap. Heartland, you can't craft stim. So yeah, you could technically do a stim farm from Heartland if you wanted to. But mainly how you get them in
Storage, we can expect more supplies to get ruined like this.
the main way you get them in the game is from play carts. Play carts drop them quite frequently.
It's working. Just gotta keep at it. That's another plague hog down. Woo! Should make this part of town a lot safer.
A lot safer, chat. You heard her?
Yeah, I got it. But it's gonna be slow. Seems quiet enough now.
Overdrummer, how you been today, though, man? I hope you're having a great night. We're on your favorite map. This was actually the first map Overdrummer challenged me to play. What was it? What was it? What was the challenge? Drucker County. No repair. No. What was the challenge? And it ended up becoming way more difficult. What was the overall challenge, Overdrummer?
Yeah, I got it. But it's gonna be slow.
No repair kits, no plague cures. Yeah. It's either that. It's either going to be in this house or in the church. This house, I believe. Now, if you guys haven't yet,
We need some help. Can anyone over there lend a hand?
definitely try to learn this process here of killing plague hearts with melee weapons. Not only is it one of the most efficient and most effective ways to kill a plague heart, it's cheap, so it's something you could do in the early game without having to spend too much time building up supplies to start taking on plague hearts. It gives you early game kill power.
Just gotta keep at it. Fire in the hole. Now that's the right idea.
It might be enough to kill it. Loader in there too. Should have shot him in the head. I should have shot him in the stomach. Now I gotta wait for him to frickin' air out. Could pop him, but we'll just wait. Popped.
Time for me to move on. If you ever end up
Juggernaut.
in trouble, feel free to stop by.
Eyes on the Juggernaut. Okay, this one's clear. Nice to open up some plague-free territory.
That's gonna slow me down.
I could light them up, but I was just saving resources. No point. Because on Nightmare, the play cart nukes everything. So it saves me from having to use fire. Generally, if you're playing on the main game... Oh, that was actually a double jug, Howard. When you're playing on the main or lethal zone, you got to worry about the zombies afterwards if you want to loot. Okay, so we did clear that town out. This should clear on its own, right? Unless it came from a different play cart. Oh, testing. No, yeah, we just played The Division last night, so we won't be playing it again for a few days. I have another one for you if you want a real challenge. Ooh. Myself, and it was easily the hardest challenge I've done. So what are we talking over, drummer? What are we talking? Do you ever Remix asks, do you ever have streams where you play with viewers? I've seen other YouTubers doing it, using randomizer to pick members to join. They die and a new member trades off. Yeah, I used to do it a lot, but the issue with it now is I have, there's so many different criterias that would, fall under, which I have people who are channel members, you know what I mean? Like people who literally pay money to support the channel every month. So how would I break something like that up? I would have to prioritize channel members, obviously, because they support the channel, which means anybody who's not a channel member would never get a chance to play with me, which would create this animosity and bad blood. And people would be like, oh, well, he only plays with people that pay and money and this and this and that. And I just don't want that. I don't want people to ever feel pay-gated with my content. That's why I don't really do very many member-only videos, things like that, because I don't want to hide content behind money, because I know not everybody in this world is in a situation where they have money to even give out. There's some people that barely have $1 to their name, and I've been there. You know what I mean? I can sympathize with that. So I never want to gate somebody from my content at all. I don't feel it's right, and so that's kind of why I don't do it. But then again, if I can't, it's the same reason. If I can't play with everybody, I'm not playing with anybody. You know what I mean? To just keep it fair. But I do have a ton of people on my channel who would play. Like if I opened up the floodgates, it was like, all right, chat, we're gonna play some State of Decay right now. If you guys want to play with me, there would be hundreds and hundreds of people, that try to sign up for it, and I would feel bad that I would only be able to get to 8 out of hundreds of people, and everybody who will sat here and waited hours to play, because we've had it happen in the past, and I just feel really, really crappy about it. So I know it's tough, chat, because I feel like I don't incentivize my channel members all that much, and I am trying to think of new ways that I can incentivize channel members, but then I want to do it in a way where I'm not spitting in the face of everybody who, because you might be a channel member, right? And you pay me, let's just say $5 every month for my content. Like it's a damn Netflix subscription. You know what I mean? That really means a lot. And that is really, really big support. But I can't sit there and say, yes, this person right here who pays me, $5 every single month, is a channel member is more valuable than this person who doesn't pay me anything, but they watch every single video I put out. They comment on every single video I put out. They, they like every single video I put out. I've probably generated that same $5 off of ad revenue off of that person. So just because they're not a channel member, does that mean I could sit there and look at them as less of a viewer? No. I look at all my viewers, whether you're somebody who, pays me $25 a month to be a channel member and does super chats all the time, and you're just, you're always here, you're always I look at that viewer and the viewer who's also sitting there, watching every stream I put. There's probably some of you guys in the that don't even talk in chat, that might not even be subscribed to my channel, might not even like my videos, but you watch my stuff religiously. And I will never look at you guys as less of a viewer because you're all important. You know what I mean? People support in different ways. You know, some people might have a little bit of extra money that they could throw toward the channel to help support it. And I appreciate that so much. That shit helps out so much, but some other people might not have it like that. You know, maybe they're struggling. The world's fucking tough right now, chat. You know what I mean? It really is. It's tough. People are hurting. People are losing their jobs. You know, people are having a hard time paying the bills. And I would never sit there and even expect any of you guys to take money away from your family, away from your kids, and give it to me, you know, because I'm playing video games for you guys. I would never ask for that. That's why I tell you, the only thing I would ask you guys, hey, if you are enjoying what I do, smash that like button because it really does help. Subscribe to my channel because that shit really helps. And just watch my videos. You know what I mean? You support my channel by just watching my videos. And I love you guys for it. And that's it. You know what I mean? I would rather you take that money, and I say this not to sound like some cliche dumbass who's trying to fucking get. No, I say this as a legit person, chat. Human, because I've been there. I've had my wife, my kids. I tell you guys stories all the time. We used to eat out the dollar store. We were struggling. I'd have to pick what bills I wasn't paying this month so we could buy groceries or put gas in the car. You know, I was 3-4 months behind on my house payment. You know what I mean? Like, I've been there, chat. Like, I know how it is, and I would never ask any of you guys to take money from your families and give it to me. Focus on your families. That shit is all that matters. All right. And I would much rather you take that $50 or that $5 or that $10 and go buy your daughter a fucking Barbie doll or something. Go buy her something that she wants. You know what I mean? Because you know that's all that matters at the end of the day. So thank you guys. I did want to take a moment and tell you guys I appreciate all of you guys for what you guys do for me, whether you're a paying member or not. You all are important. So. And I know it might seem, I've had people, you know, especially recently because of the way chat gets, it's hard for me to keep up. I don't want you guys to feel that oh, he's not reading my comments because I'm not a channel member. I don't donate. No, that shit doesn't matter. I read the comments when I could see them, but it's like, I tell you guys, it's like staring into the fucking matrix over here. It's bad. It's bad. And I appreciate all the love. Okay. Am I a full-time YouTuber? Yes, Venom. I am now a full-time YouTuber. Jason Lee with the super chat. Bless, well said. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate all the love in the chat, guys. I appreciate all the love, chat. Thank you. All right, let's get this. But I watch everything you put out, and you're the reason I play State of Decay and other games. You're legit looking at us. Hey, Chaotic, thank you so much. I appreciate that, man. Oh, Lady X with the 5 gifted members. Showing that love. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Yeah, Semper Fi, Josie. I appreciate it. Semper Fi. We started streaming what, chat? We're about an hour. We've only been going a little over an hour. Yeah, and like I said, I will be in the future trying to think of ways. One of the main issues, chat, with live streaming with subs, is it requires a lot of logistics. And because of how I upload my videos, like we've had some streams where I sit there, I'll spend 30 minutes trying to get somebody in a game. Either they're having connection issues, you know, we gotta become friends, or there's a lot of logistics. So a lot of the stream is just spent trying to get things set up, and it's not like I can do it beforehand because it's random. I don't know who's showing up. There's a lot of logistics that go into it, and it degrades the playback quality of the video. So there's that. Joker with the 1 month. That's why you're my favorite YouTuber, Brian. You understand our situation and don't demand anything. Once again, hey man, nah. Joker, brother, you don't have to do that, man. I do appreciate it. Remix, I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Quick question about State of Decay. How come it doesn't let you execute any zombies? It tells me to... So, it depends on where you're standing. When it comes to zombie executions, there's a couple different factors that come into play. Like, if you're just standing face-to-face with a zombie, you can't execute it. Now, if you're behind said zombie, you can execute it. If you grab said zombie, you can execute it. If said zombie is on the ground, you can execute it. But yeah, if you're just standing face to face with a zombie, there's only certain instances where you have certain skills unlocked where you can execute the zombie standing up. Like me, I have Powerhouse maxed, so I can execute this zombie while facing it. You can throw a zombie on the ground or just knock it down and you can execute it. And then you can do the execution from the back. So like I said, there's a ton of different, like I guess you could say, variables when it comes to executions. All right, we are full up on resources. We got all 4 of those play cards taken out. Now that's the only thing about Nightmare Zone. I mean, it's not much of a difference in lethal, really. But the play cards are quite easy for me to kind of just run through. From Australia, what's going on? Yeah, once you guys learn what to look out for with dodges, because I actually had somebody bring it up in a comment before. They were like, oh, when I first started watching your content, I thought that you were just spamming the dodge button. Because when you watch me play, it kind of looks like I'm just spamming the dodge button, right? But if you spam the dodge button at the wrong time, you're still going to get grabbed. If you spam the dodge button at the wrong time, you're still going to get hit. You're going to burn through stamina if you're not properly set up for it. And
I sure hope the air ain't contagious around here.
you got to learn how to time your dodges for the zombie animations. It takes a little bit of practice. One of the best places to practice is on Daybreak. Just don't even kill any of the zombies. Just let them all rush the walls and just sit there dodging around them. And you'll learn that you'll see the attack animations, and you can learn when to time your dodge spam. Because I guess you could say it still is dodge spam realistically, but it's strategically timed dodge spam. Chat, it's different. It's different. Eric Sims with the membership. Welcome to the family. Cryptic, brother, how you doing tonight, man? All dodge spam all the time. There it is, brother. I feel like dodge spamming it's the key to any game's success. It's good to see you, man. All right. Yeah, I found my raptors the other day. I was really, really happy about it. Yo, we are so full on resources, chat. Hold on. Yeah, we had some raptors getting stuck in the rocks. We got them back, though.
We've got too much stuff. If we can't store it...
Yeah, hey, Cryptic, I got you, brother. I got you, man. Now, I'm not saying you'll still have a job when you come back. I can't promise you that. But we could try. We could try, dude. Yeah. So there's probably about a 99.7% chance, Cryptic, when you came back, you probably wouldn't have a job anymore. But I'm just saying, it's only 99.7%. Like, there's still a possibility that I'll pull it off. Yeah, I definitely should upgrade this. For some reason, I thought this one had built-in storage.
Feeling good, feeling right. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that I don't truly understand that the sentence that you said right there is probably it's probably an indicator of the fact that, you know, that 99.7% is leaning more towards like 98 or 99.8, 99.9. I can't say 100% though, because there's always a chance. You know what I mean?
I see a bloater.
You know, I joined the Marines, and yeah, they didn't teach me any big words like that. They teach you things, simple things like oorah, kill, motivation, dedication. A lot of it's almost cavemanish.
I found a freak.
All right, let me get some 5.56 here. Yeah, one syllable. Keep it simple. You know, they don't say keep it simple, stupid for no reason. Keep it simple. I've had conversations with like that with people in the past. Yeah. I'll sit there and they'll be saying some stuff and I'm like, wait, dude, what are you even talking about? And they're like, oh yeah, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, wait, so do you actually mean this? And they're like, yeah. And I'm like, well, why the fuck didn't you just say that, bro? Like, why'd you have to use all those words that I don't understand?
People here seem like they've got good heads.
Oh, damn it. I used a freaking stim chat. So annoying. Hey, I feel like the military has cursed the rest of the world when it comes to hurry up and wait chat. I literally feel like hurry up and wait has bled from it's like seeped from the military into the civilian world too. Because I feel that I was feeling that shit in my normal job. How many of you guys have a job and it's all about that hurry up and wait? Like outside of the military, I feel like that shit applies to like so many jobs. It's crazy. So this is going to work, but I need to take care of this town too. Okay, so I think this infestation here, chat, came from here. So there's no release date, Brutal Tactics, on this update currently. It's up in the air, man. Now, my job is constantly trending to customer demands. Fix it now. So I think we'll swing up and we'll push from here. Now this guy, Powerhouse, awesome. We're gonna go get established up in that outpost there. So I think I was wrong, chat. I initially thought that the play cards here would send the hordes this way, but I don't think it is. I think it's freaking sending them this way, down and around. It's all good. Get these traps are about to go away in 5 minutes. That 5 minutes should be enough to catch these two hordes, though. All right, let's go. Yeah, the outpost traps are nice, and I one of the good things the devs did cover in their last stream is they said that this is just a placeholder. Like, what we're actually going to get with the new update, they have animations, new sound effects, new visual effects, where it's actually going to look like the zombies tripped a mine and it went off, and they're not going to be as OP as they currently are, just killing everything in existence. That was actually one of the good things that they got in a little bit of detail about. So that's exciting to hear, you know what I mean? I do still wish they would have gave us an idea of, you know, what they were thinking about changing it to, but Yeah, one of the biggest transitions for me, chat, was when I first got out of the Marines. All right, it was such a different environment, you know, because there is a big hurry up and wait environment in the military where you're doing stuff and then you're kind of just sitting around waiting to do something else. There's a lot of downtime in the military, and you're just like, bro, why are we even fucking here? And when I left the military, I my first job I ever got was bridge construction. And it was a little bit of a culture shock for me because I showed up to the job site and I'm used to being told, all right, go do this, go do this, go do this. Roger that, Sergeant. Boom. Go and do it. And in construction, they'd be like, hey, you know, I'd be like, hey, what do you guys need me to do today? And then they're like, you know, you got to go and do this. And then if you finish that, go over here and do this. And I'm like, okay. So I'd go over there and do that, go over there and do this. And I would, boom. I was this high speed individual. I want to get this shit done quick. I want to get it done now. So, you know, that would be my work for the day. I'd get it done in 2-3 hours because I was trying to be super high speed. And I'd go back to my foreman and be like, all right, man, I'm done. And he's like, oh, well, I don't know. Go home. And I'm like, whoa, what do you mean go home? So I really, really quickly understood that civilian jobs, they're not going to pay you for just standing around doing nothing. That's not how that shit works, chat. If there's nothing to do, they send your ass home. And I was like, oh, I need money, dude. No. So I really, really learned quickly. I stopped asking my foreman, what do you need me to do? And I just started doing shit, chat. I'd grab a broom. I just look busy. That is if you want success on even in the military of, you know, how to make it in a job, just always look busy. Have a broom in your hand, be picking some shit up, be hammering some random, like I always was busy, chat. Never stop moving, because if you don't find something to do, they're sending your ass home. And that was a bit of a culture shock for me when I got into construction. But yeah, and I would try to help others, but then other guys, because construction is weird, chat. Construction's really weird. Everybody else is the same way. So you're like, oh, well, let me go help out somebody else. But then they're like, nah, dude, I got it. Because if you help me, now you're going to cut my 8-hour, 10-hour day in half. And now I'm going to have to go find some random shit to do. So they don't want nothing to do with it. You know what I mean? They're like, nah, dude, you stay over there, do your shit. I'm doing mine. Yeah, just look busy. That's it, chat. That's success right there. You just gotta look busy.
You haven't forgotten what we talked about, right?
Hey, my veteran vlogs. Hey, thank you so much for the super chat. I was a professional skater in the... Hey, there it is, man. I'm telling you. It's an art form, dude. It really is. Being a master skater is an art form. The army, if you guys don't know what a skater is, in the Army's term is shammer. So shamming, skating, it's an art form. All right, so we're gonna grab another heavy weapon. Now this area is dope. We're gonna be able to get a lot of food out of here. Oh, the guys in the wing, yeah, skating is just built inherently into their existence. One of my boys went to the wing, changed his MOS, and ended up going to the air wing, and he loved it. He got deployed to Afghanistan and didn't even have to leave the fob, chat. I'm like, what? Bro, how? What do you mean? Like, could you imagine, chat, being able to go on a deployment and just sit on base the whole 9 months you're there? I'm not going to lie, chat, my last deployment to Afghanistan, like 4 months of my deployment, I ended up getting pulled because I was a senior. I was one of the only sling load qualified people in my unit. I went to air assault school, and I was sling load qualified, which means we literally sling loads, attach it to the bottom of helicopters, and send it off. So I got pulled from my job to go with another staff sergeant to an Air Force base. I went to Bagram Air Force Base to do air assault operations or sling load operations. Some people, it's called sling load. I was the only qualified person in my battalion at the time, so I got to go to BAF. It was fucking glorious, chat. We would only do 3 loads a day, all right, and it would take maybe 2.5 hours. Now, when you're deployed, you don't get days off. There's no such thing as like weekends. You work every day. Like, it's just every day you're working, and sometimes you get like half a day or something like that where you could go do some stuff. But for the most part, you don't get any time off when you're deployed. And I would be able to get all 3 of my loads slung on the choppers out within like 2 or 3 hours. And then I'd have the rest of my day to myself. So I was at Bagram for 4 months, chat. 4 months. I'd go to work for like 3 hours, get all my helos done, my loads slung, because I would sling my loads, prep them the night before. That way when the helos showed up, I literally just had to hook them and send them off. But the loads were all prepped, stationed. I would grab them with a forklift. I'd pick it up by the hook. I'd bring it out to the LZ, hook it, send it off. And like I said, 3 hours at most. And, I did everything from ammo, food, MREs, all types of different loads. And I slung load. We sent out a truck before, all types of stuff. And after that, I would just go to the USO. I'd talk to my wife on the phone, or I'd play video games all day, chat. The best 4 months in Afghanistan I've ever had in my life. It was so clutch. All because I went to freaking air assault school. It was awesome. And the thing is a lot of us went to air assault school, but a lot of people fail air assault school. And it's because of the sling load operations. That shit, it gets everybody, chat.
I've worked in uglier places.
Bad Match, thank you so much for the re-up on the membership. I hope you're having a great day. And ice caps from Tim Hortons to the fob he was at in Afghanistan. The best I could manage was a case of coffee.
That all you got? Okay, I think it's on the road.
Did you go through mines? Ooh, bloater. Did I go through mines before when I was in it? What do you mean mines? Because
Fire in the hole!
Oh, chat. Let's get a little real quick. Let me deal with this. There we go.
A lot fewer plague zombies around here.
Oh, Manas. Yeah. We that's the staging area before you go to Afghanistan. Yeah, everybody goes to Manas, or I think they started using Qatar. Maybe I don't know if they started using Qatar, or if Qatar just became a deployment zone. But yeah. Both times I went to Afghanistan, we stopped in Manas. That's where we do our we do the rest of our pre-deployment training, like the heat simulator, which is like a rollover simulator. They put you in the simulated. It's like a fake truck, and then you'll be driving, and it's in a room and shit. And then all of a sudden, like they'll do like a mock explosion, and they'll fucking start flipping the vehicle around while your seatbelt's on, and shit's flinging around, and they let off the smoke and stuff like that, and then you gotta get out of the see, we went to Kuwait when we went to Iraq, but when we went to Afghanistan, we went to Manas. But yeah, you do that, and then you do like it's all like that's like where you go to check all the rest of your boxes to make sure everybody's qualified before you go. They get hazard duty pay in Manas?
Until we take out
Really?
that nearby plague heart, this place can't really be secured.
Yeah, my hazard duty pay didn't start till I touched foot in Afghanistan. Powerhouse is the best skill in the game, in my opinion. I took a really, really, really big chunk of damage there, chat.
When
So
you're scavenging out there, have a plan. Know what you're looking for. And when you find it,
that
get
bloater
back
did
home.
not help.
Don't just fuck around all day.
You know, I'll grab one of those. I'll leave it in the truck.
I got nothing left.
And thank you guys. 500 likes on the stream. I really do appreciate it. Oh man, yo, I was actually getting trolled when I went to Bagram, right? And I was living out of a tent. Like there's like these big ass tents that we sleep in, and no AC. There's no such thing as an AC unit, at least in the tent I was in. How we did our AC was there these giant fans, chat, like these really, really, really big fans. They're big black. I don't know. I don't even know how to explain how big they are. They're huge. They're like, I don't know, like probably like 7 feet tall, maybe like 8 or so feet wide. These huge fans, and they hook up water to them, and then the water kind of trickles down the back side of the fan, and then it pulls the air through the water. So the water, like that's the AC. At night, it gets nice and cool, but during the day, oh, chat, it's fucking brutal. Those fans don't do shit. And that was what we had. So I was sleeping in a tent on this kids. It's a twin size mattress. All right, twin size mattress, bunk bed, springs poking out all over the place. I had to spend like $150 to have my wife send me out a mattress cover and my own sheets, because the stuff they give you, the linen and stuff they give you, is ass. The mattress was literally death. So we had these bunk beds with these really, really shitty mattresses, or cots, depending on where you were. And so we had that in our box fan in this tent. Terrible, chat. So bad. Absolutely dying every single day. And right across my compound where we were staying, there was the Air Force. And the Air Force had these giant buildings, chat, on Bagram. Bagram is an Air Force base. Giant buildings, all right? Like actual buildings with doors and windows and shit like that. And every single room had an air conditioner poking out the fucking thing. And I'm like, man, you know, jealousy, obviously. I'm jealous, but at the same time, hey, man, do what you got to do. And they were getting paid substandard living condition pay. And they had air conditioning. I'm damn near sleeping, out on patrol, sleeping in holes on the ground, chat, like digging holes and laying in them, using my Kevlar as a pillow or my assault pack, like, and I never got a single penny of substandard living condition pay. And I literally slept in the field, chat, in Afghanistan for 4.5 months while we were out on patrols, just constantly. We'd go out 72 hours, sleeping on the ground. We'd take over compounds. I'm sleeping up against, like, sometimes you'd sleep back to back with your boys. Because you just lean back, your Kevlar's touch. If you have your vest on, it keeps you in a nice upright position. So you go back to back, and then you just use your little poncho liner, and that was your blanket. Poncho liner, laying back to back with the boys, or sleeping up against the wall or something like that with your Kevlar. Never seen $1 of frickin' substandard living condition. And that to me seemed pretty damn substandard. But hey, I can't knock their hustle. Hey, it is what it is, you know?
Nice.
Okay, that's gonna be a little sus. There it is.
Gotta stay away from that cloud. If we don't clear out some infestation, we're gonna be real sorry. Gotta muzzle that screamer. Okay, I think it's on the ropes. That definitely hurt it. Playing hard, it's been.
Be pretty much everybody.
Some territory.
Have I ever been stationed in Dubai? No, I've never even been to Dubai. Oh, I guess I've been to Menard, Afghanistan, Iraq, Kuwait, Turkey, and that's it. Never heard of substandard living condition pay. I spent 2 years deploying in a tent. Now, I'm telling you, yeah, there's substandard living conditions. They even get it when they, like, if you're, like, all the JTACs and stuff that got attached to us, they all got additional pay, too, because they had to be with the Marines. Yep, they all got additional pay. I think that's the way the military is saying, hey, you know, you didn't sign up for this shit. Here's some extra money. So these should just die off. So Deathwing, nobody knows when this update's coming out. Yeah, the devs didn't really give us any. They just said, you know, they got a lot of stuff they got to still work on and balance and tweak. But that's it. That's all we know. Yeah, if you're in the Air Force and live in Army or Marine base out, you get substandard. Yeah, that's what I thought. I know they get it all the time. Like if, it must be nice. You know, I'm not saying it from like I'm not a hater. You know what I mean? I'm not a hater. I'm just hating a little bit. Yeah, I'm not a hater, chat. No, I used to be really mad about it, chat, but I don't know why. I mean, it was more of just like a fairness thing, you know what I mean? Because legit, you know, like when you're infantry and you're out in the shit and you're getting shot at every day, you know, and you're living in the shit every day, you're covered in blood and shit and fucking every day, just living a shitty life. All right, and what I got paid for that was, you get combat pay. It's like an extra $250 a month, legit, an extra $250. But the thing is I could be an infantryman deployed, going through all that shit, friends getting killed, people getting killed, having to deal with this, see this, do that, firefights every day. I get my extra combat pay, which I appreciate. But at the same time, the cook who never has to leave the base, you know, and is doing their job. I'm not hating on it. Trust me. When you get back off a 72-hour patrol, your cooks are your best fucking friends, chat. They, you know, you're looking forward to some hot chow. So I'm not knocking them at all. But you do feel some type of way when those same people are also getting the combat pay. And you're like, I mean, I get it because they are deployed to a combat zone, but there should be like an additional pay then for guys who are actually getting shot at every single fucking day. They should get something else. You know what I mean? But yeah, it's the same. So whether you're out on the line getting shot at every day or you're on base prepping chow, you get paid the same. There is no difference, which is the shitty thing. But it is what it is. You know what I mean? Yo, the Air Force has the best. My first time going to the Bagram Air Force chow hall. Yo, they make omelets, chat. They make omelets. Like you go up to the thing, you pick what shit you want in the omelet. You know, your little ham cubes, your little peppers and onions, cheese. You bring it up to the dude that's standing behind the thing. You hand it to him, and that man will make you a fresh fucking omelet. Chat. They had coolers. It looked like a damn like a gas station. You know, like you go in a gas station, they got the sodas, the Gatorade, energy drinks, tea, water, juices. It was like a fucking gas station, chat. Just all the drinks. They had, you know, specials on certain days. I'm talking lobster, steak, on like holidays and stuff like that. They like if you want like grilled cheese, they'll make you fresh grilled cheese. They make burgers, quesadillas, tacos. Chat, I'm talking 5-star. It's like having fucking Applebee's in Afghanistan. That shit was crazy. It was so. I was loving my life, chat. I was loving my life. It was so good. I was in a war zone eating better than probably 99% of the fucking Americans. It's crazy. Super not fair. All right, so I'm just trying to spot these play cards here, chat. Have I been keeping up with The Last of Us? Oh, yeah. I'm not playing Ark today. No, we're going to be playing Ark, I believe, tomorrow, along with the new Dead Space remake, which I'm super excited for.
I don't know why we couldn't be better neighbors, but it doesn't matter now. We're leaving.
So I'm just... Yeah, there isn't going to be one here, though. Curse Boy with the super chat. So you told me if I get mortally wounded in combat, I get extra No, you don't. Yeah, you don't get anything. Well, I mean, if you get out of the military, like you'll get disability, depending on what got injured. Like I got blown up. I suffered a TBI, and it blew out my eardrums, so I lost 60% of the hearing in my ear. My equilibrium's all sorts of fucked up because of the IED blasts, and I get randomly dizzy and stuff like that. So it's all based off like a physical percentage, like how they do it. It's pretty much like, I guess the best way to explain military disability, it's pretty much I'm sorry money from the government saying, hey, we broke you, we're sorry, here's some money because, you know, your body isn't what it was when you came in. So yeah, depending on your injuries, you know, like a couple of my buddies, they lost limbs in blasts and stuff like that. So they're amputees. They, you know, it's all a percentage-based system. It just all depends on how messed up you are. You know, like you could be just kind of messed up and get like 30, 40, 50, 60%, or you could be like really, really messed up and end up with like 100%. It all just kind of depends. Oh, the death benefit? Yeah, they have, the military actually has a pretty decent life insurance. I mean, it's not that great. It's only $400,000. I had $1 million life insurance plan at my last job I worked in the civilian sector. So I think civilian sectors can have better life insurance, but it's all right. You know, it's like $400,000 and you only pay like $12 for it. So I guess it is pretty good for what you're getting. Here's another play card. It was 200,000. Yeah, they raised it up to 400,000. I think it's 500,000 altogether. Because I believe it's 400,000 with like a kicker, $100,000 kicker that your family gets within like the first like 72 hours of you passing or some shit like that. But yeah, it's pretty decent. You know what I mean? This is Drucker County. I don't see any other plague buildings. It says I'm still in plague territory. Oh, there it is. I'm like, that makes no sense. It says I'm still in plague territory. There should be a heart here somewhere. Yeah, I know they reduced hearing loss, actually. Like, it's not as... Because now they claim hearing loss as, like, a you problem when you get out of the military. So I know it's not as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's not... I know they lowered, like, the VA percentage for it. Because I have tinnitus real bad. Like, when I got blown up...
We're not out of the woods yet on infestations, but it's better.
And they repaired my ear. For my whole life now, chat, all I hear is a ringing sound. Like if it's not all the time. It's when it's like dead silent. Like if it's quiet, I can't do it, chat. The ringing is so loud and obnoxious. I can't sleep at night, so I have to have some kind of noise, a fan, or anything. I need some kind of noise because if not, I can't do it. It's so fucking loud. Yeah, it's terrible.
Hey guys, siege underway right now. We need reinforcements.
Someone needs a hand.
Oh, they did fix the hearing loss? Because that was wicked weird. I remember when they first started talking about it, I'm like, what? Like, how is that a me problem? Like, oh, you should have wore your earplugs. Bitch, I had earplugs in my ear when I got hit by an IED. And the pressure blew the fucking things out my ear. The pressure from the blast literally blew my earplugs out of my ears. Do you think this update will make State of Decay? I do think it, Macchiello, I do think this update definitely has the potential to make State of Decay 2 a better game. We just kind of now have to wait and see what the developers are going to do. Like I said, they didn't tell us much, but now we just kind of got to wait and see how they're going to implement their changes, because they are doing a lot of changes. What you guys see here is what you're not getting this. You're getting a refined, balanced version of this. What that is, though, I couldn't tell you. And unless they put it on PTR, we're not going to know until it goes live. Uh, 3M made faulty earplugs and they lost the lawsuit, so that's why they changed the qualification. Oh shit, I did not know that. Oh, Sid Studios, I appreciate that, man. So when you guys were deployed, the earplugs that you guys had, because my first deployment to Iraq in 2008, we just had the regular foamy ones, like the little, like, yeah, I think that might be the 3Ms, the little orange and green ones. You just roll them up and fucking stick them in your ear. We had those, but when I went to Afghanistan, they gave us these really cool high-speed earplugs that you like push in, and then like they had button on them. You could like push the button to like activate the earplug, and it would like open this like valve on it, and you could hear people talk. So like then you could like push the button again and like close it. I don't know if you guys had those, because we had those, and those were pretty cool. But I lost mine like 2 months into my deployment.
We had access to water. This place would be perfect.
And they were CIF, so you couldn't just get another pair of them. I ended up paying like $200 for those things when I got out, because I lost them. Oh, those were the ones that were faulty? Well, it makes sense, because those were the ones I was wearing when I got blown up. Yeah, those were the ones I was wearing when I got blown up. So it makes sense. Makes sense why my ears were super jacked up. Like, really jacked up, chat. Michelle, thank you so much for the membership. Welcome to the family. Okay, so I need to level this guy up. We have 6 more play cards, chat. And that's it for this map. They're all in this bottom corner. I do got to activate my traps here. All those infestations, though, are gone for the most part. Where the hell is this one coming from? See, so these paths kind of weird. This is the one thing I didn't know how it was going to work in Drucker County. How the hordes were going to, like, what roads are they going to prioritize to come towards my base? Is this plague heart going to prioritize like infecting this place and trying to come down this? But it seems like, yeah, it's sending them up and then over like this. Oh, there's a class action lawsuit on those earplugs. I did not know that, man. That's crazy. So Fat Boy, for the most part, yeah, Ghost of Tsushima's over. We beat the main part of the DLC. We beat the main story. There's like some side stuff that we could still do. But yeah, for the most part, that one's done. Yeah, Michelle, it's wicked weird. The membership stuff is super weird. David asks, can you give a shout out to my boss, Miguel? He's a big fan and he's watching you in the office right next to me. Hey, sure. Hey, Miguel, I appreciate the support, brother. It really means a lot. That you guys take some time out of your day and come hang out with me. I really do appreciate you guys. And David, I appreciate you being here too, brother. But let's, I do appreciate all the love in the chat today, guys. But yeah, I did not know there was a lawsuit against those earplugs. Monet, how you doing? I don't know if we should just... Oh, let me see. Yeah, resource-wise, we're swimming, chat. The only thing we need right now is some fuel. But even then... Let's just go on a killing spree, I guess. I want to test something out today. And showcase this to you guys, and we're gonna see if it works. So as you guys seen, I had my usual way of killing play cards. All right. I want to test something else and see if it's even remotely viable. Damn, to make any break, you need engineering. All right, so grab this, 2 of those, this, that. Michelle, how you doing? With the super chat, how's Fort Drum about the PCS there in a few months? AO upstate New York. There it is. I was actually stationed at Drum with 10th Mountain Division, 2nd Brigade. And I mean, I enjoyed it, but I'm also from New York, so which it was I don't know, it was okay. It all just depends on if you like the snow or not. It depends on if you like the snow or not, realistically. But being from upstate New York, I was born and raised, upstate New York. It wasn't a big deal for me. A lot of people, though, that go there hate it. But I like the unit. 10th Mountain wasn't bad. A lot of opportunities there for schools and stuff like that. We had air assault right on the base. Yeah, so the snow is if you're okay with the snow and the cold, you'll love it. But like I said, it's easier for us already born and bred New Yorkers to sit here and say that we love it.
Screamer's gonna drown us in plague zombies. I'm already full up.
But yeah, it's not too bad. I don't think it's as bad as everybody makes it seem. Be the Air Force TAC Ps should be. Oh, that's legit. TAC Ps are. That is the actual name for like the JTACs, right?
I don't like to admit it, but we're losing ground. Help would be
because we call them JTACs, but then I was corrected by somebody in chat that said that their actual MOS is a TAC-P. But we had JTACs attached to us. They would call in all our close air support when I was deployed, and those dudes were awesome. Is there any way that make your car have more space? Yes, by upgrading them. But in this, if you guys don't know, one of the cool things in this update, the developers did update trunk sizes. So trucks now baseline 8 slots. There's some vans you can get up to 8, 15 slots if you upgrade vans and stuff like that. Very, very good change in my opinion in this update. Am I streaming Ark tomorrow? No, tomorrow is Dead Space Remake. Oh, yeah, in Ark. Yeah, Dead Space Remake in Ark. I believe JTAC is like a MOS qualification for TAC-Ps. I think that's how it works.
Plague zombies around here.
Okay, so I wanted to test this.
My eyes are burning.
Yeah, it's still pretty strong, chat. Still pretty strong. I had a feeling it was going to be like that. This is the Spec Ops Vector. There's a couple guns in the game that melt plague hearts, and this is one of them. Show you guys here.
Gotta stay clear of that cloud. Yeah, it's hurting. Don't let up. Just like that, it's history. Oh yeah, that means we'll see a lot less plague zombies around here.
Do I play RTS games? Hell yes. It's one of my favorite games. I don't play them on the channel though. Not that I wouldn't. I actually wanted to play the new Company of Heroes on the channel when it dropped. I don't know how it's gonna do on the channel, but I do personally enjoy RTS games quite a bit. Mainly military RTS. Men of War Assault Squad is probably one of the best military simulators out there. Like, it's so good. Yeah, this weapon is clutch, chat. So if you play on anything less than Lethal Zone, you're going to have amazing success with this gun. Like, amazing success. Have I have any WMs in combat? No. When I served, they didn't allow women on the line. So I've never seen it before. I don't even know how that would work. Because the military segregates a lot of stuff like sleeping quarters and stuff. Yeah, no, yeah, it wasn't allowed. Yeah, well, that was women couldn't even serve in combat MOSs when I was in. It just wasn't a thing. I know that I think they changed it. I think women can now be infantry, and stuff like that. But
Looks like we fucked up there.
the way the military segregates like sleeping quarters and stuff like that, when you're out in the field or you're on patrol and shit, it's not like they have separate bathrooms. Not like you have separate.
As quiet as I can get this close.
I don't know. It's so the girls are just gonna be with the guys. Was a lot more progressive. I mean, I guess they're trying to be. I mean, I personally have I don't care. You know what I mean? If a woman wants to be infantry, I mean, let her be infantry. At the end of the day, you know what I mean? If it's something she wants to do, who the hell am I to tell her no? I mean, me as like a man, like it would definitely hit different. Because I was raised to, idolize women and, take care of women. Like, it's just how my mother raised me. And one of the harsh realizations about combat is you have to sit there and potentially watch your friends die. So and it's rough, But when you're sitting there and you're watching a dude on the ground, he's bleeding out and he's fucking gurgling on his own blood and he's fucking dying, that shit hurts. You know what I mean? But it hits different when it's kids or women. I don't know why. It just triggers a different part of your brain, and it's just sad. You know what I mean? I've dealt with civilians, kids, and stuff like that have been, gravely injured, and they're sitting there dying, and that shit hits different. So, me personally, I just personally wouldn't want to see a woman in that position. You know what I mean? Like I said, I was raised to idolize women, and it would be it would be rough to sit there and have to physically see that with my own eyes. I wouldn't. I mean, it's hard enough seeing it with anybody. I feel like nobody should have to fight wars, realistically. I'm looking forward to the day we get robots to do it for us. Didn't one of you guys say there was a video of did you guys say that there was a video of like they were talking about like robot soldiers and shit? And I don't know why, Crick Strike. It is just I can't explain it. I don't think, you know what I mean? Like, I don't think I it's not like that I think it's less sad if a man is dying, but it was a reaction that I couldn't control. It was just a subconscious reaction to a situation, and it was rough. It was rough. Boston Dynamic has some. Samson, I don't know if she looks like your ex-wife. Oh, there it is. Oh, that is crazy. That's OP. It's legitimately overpowered, chat.
A lot less plague zombies around here.
That is OP. Yeah, that is the Vector Spec Ops just melting plague hearts, chat. 50 rounds. You could do it in one magazine, no reload. You don't have to reload. Now it's Now I don't think you could pull this off in lethal. I don't know how much more it would take to pull that maneuver off in lethal zone. It might take like a mag and a half. I don't know, but I'll have to test it one day. But I could never get one of these vectors though. They're actually really rare guns for the most part. Yeah, lethal test time. I mean, technically, I could test it on lethal. Let's test it on lethal. We only got 2 more play cards anyway, chat. I'm really curious to see how effective this vector is on lethal zone. All I gotta do is change one setting, and we're good to go.
You have cool stuff to trade.
So the only balance that, where the hell am I going? That this gun does have is the fact that you're shooting 50 rounds per play card on this map. That's a lot of bullets. That's very expensive and hard to keep up with. So granted, it is viable, but very expensive. Still cheap. I guess it is still kind of cheaper than like C4 maybe. So it's quick strike. That would be the only downside to robots fighting in wars is I do feel the human element is very important because me as a person, I can make decisions based on changing circumstances where a robot is just programmed to do whatever it's programmed to do. You know, like I could get told to do something and I could say, no, I'm not fucking doing that. Where if a robot is programmed to do something, it's just gonna do it. So that is one of the sketchy parts about having like a robot army instead of like humans. Now, if they were human-controlled robots, kind of like our drones and stuff are like that, that are controlled by somebody. I guess that'd be a little different, but I could definitely see where people would be. Well, those weren't robots. Those were AI. AI and robots are different, chat. You know, like robotics is something that's controlled by a person, where an AI thinks for itself. It does its own thing. So yeah, there's a bit. I wouldn't want like AI program robots fighting wars for us. That's weird. But yeah, robots you program to do something and they do it. All right, so we're gonna try this with. Yeah, I got enough rounds, I believe, to at least one more play card. All right, so what we're gonna do is grab that, and then I'm gonna switch to the 9mm here, and then we got that. That's good. All right, so how many of you guys think this is still gonna be effective on lethal zone? I don't think it's gonna be effective on lethal at all.
But we need a generator to get things going.
So just like that, we're on lethal. Oh, a plague feral. I haven't seen one of those guys in a while. It's still effective? I don't know. I'm doubting it. The G18 auto custom is a pretty good gun too, but the Vector should be better than that one, right? So the enemies aren't stronger. The plague hearts just have different resistance levels. So in Lethal Zone specifically, plague hearts take less damage from plague hearts take less damage from bullets compared to the lower difficulties.
My eyes are burning.
Wrong gun. That was one mag.
Yeah, it's hurting. Don't let up.
Not bad shot.
Fire in the hole.
About a mag.
Loading my final mag now.
It was still pretty good. That was still pretty effective, chat.
Lost door. Is this really the last plague heart in town? Damn, that's exciting.
Hey, got another thing to keep you busy.
Looks like I'm empty. I can do this. I can do this. Go for the head. Fuck yeah, it's hurting. Don't let up. Hell yeah, that shit was great. Fuck, I gotta stay clear of that cloud. That was the last one. Holy shit, I can't believe it.
What? Why is my dude moving? We were hard stuck, chat. He got so excited.
Oh man, is that a screamer? Almost empty on that. Go for the head. gotten a lot worse. Man, piece of shit. So much for those.
Ooh, good grab. What the choke slam? And there it is. He'll only rip you apart if your health is low and if you have blood plague. If you have blood plague in no matter if you have max health, you could have max health. If you have blood plague and you get grabbed by a juggernaut, it will one shot you. Yeah, it'll kill you instantly. That was a hell of a choke slam, though, chat. That was like a big show choke slam.
This place looks chock full of nothing.
Wait, who was it? Kane that choke slammed the Big Show through the ring? I forgot which one. I don't know if you guys watched wrestling, but I remember one of them. Or maybe it was Undertaker and Kane. They like double choke slammed the Big Show, and I think he went through the fucking ring. Was it Kane?
Yo, we cleared this whole town of blood plague. What's next on our list?
Next, we get to work fixing up this town. I have a few ideas on how to do it.
It was the Undertaker, Kane, and Big Show. I don't remember if it was all three of them or if it was one of them. Oh, the Big Show slammed the Undertaker through the ring. Now I need to go check, chat. Now I need to go check. I used to love wrestling so much. It was so good. If you guys want a breakdown of what we talked about in this episode, if you want all the details and stuff, the good thing about YouTube videos is you can just scroll back. Even right now, you can just grab the live bar and just drag it back and listen to my little spiel in the beginning of the stream. I kind of go really, really in depth. If you guys are, have questions about what's changing, how things change, what balances and stuff like that, just drag the stream back, listen to what I say, and then you literally just drag it back to live. But yeah, I go super, super in depth, so it's going to be better than anything I would say to you right now. How effective do you guys think a hand grenade is against a feral?
Running low on that.
Hard to hit the motherfucker with the hand grenade. You guys didn't know you could use zombies as feral shields. The feral can't hit you when you have a zombie in your hand.
Shit, screamer! Go for the head! I should reload. That won't work.
Auto armored zombies got to complicate this.
Time to reload. No more shooting for me. Using my last magazine.
How do you pause the game? You just push escape. Now, Dan, if your game won't pause, that probably means you have your multiplayer turned on. So go to your settings, go to multiplayer, and make sure that this is off. Because if this is on, the game doesn't pause, and shit still moves around. So you want to make sure that if your multiplayer is on, you got to turn that shit off if you want to pause the game. It's their job to eat me. Yeah. Well, it complicates things because when you're trying to line up zombies to shoot them, that's why I like to take care of the armored zombies first. Then that way I can just shoot you got to kind of like shoot around them, and sometimes their big ass helmets will intercept the bullets, and it's just like, bruh, move. Where'd I get the... I don't remember where that came from, Cam, but yeah, it just works like a normal muzzle brake from what I've seen, if it even does anything. But the developers actually tied like a little joke to it. I forgot what weapon... It must have came off a weapon that had a integrated muzzle brake in it. Having multiplayer on stop me from pausing a damn game. Yeah. Yeah, if you got multiplayer on, yeah, you can't pause the game. It's super sus. Oh, David, holy shit, brother, with the huge super chat, man. I really appreciate you. How you doing tonight or today? Thanks for all your hard work, bro. I appreciate it, brother. I really do, man. So, my thoughts on Drucker County, chat. Now that we have all the plague hearts done in Drucker.
How's it going?
I gotta say, out of all of the maps, it's probably one of the stronger ones. 100%. And it just has to do with the base placement and outpost placement. Because starter base, if you want to, chat, you can just put an outpost right here, and that will give your base outpost traps. You don't even have to worry about anything else. You don't have to worry about, just give your base outpost traps. Same thing with down here. It's so easy to close these bases off from the zombies. Wallies, same thing. You could probably put one here, close that off. This way would be a little more sus.
Bad news. Freak ahead.
Actually, the Wallies is not that strong when it comes to defending. I mean, you would have to put one down here, cut this corner off, but yeah, there's nothing close to the base, so you cut this road off down here. So Wally's is still pretty decent. The castle, same thing. You can cut this off here. Now the only thing is if the zombies can cross the field, this base is gonna suck. If say a plague heart's awake right here and it sends a horde down, and then the horde does this, which I feel like it will. This base is probably one of the worst bases on this map now. This base is also really good because you can block it off with one outpost. No zombies are coming. And then barricaded strip mall, obviously super, super deliciously good. Put an outpost here or here.
That Pharaoh's head is armored.
You can even put one here. Get yourself base water, and if you arm this, a lot of your base is going to have traps around it. Block the road off down here. So pretty much every base on Drucker County. This one really, really powerful too. It is good because the same problem that players have with this map is all the mountainous terrain. It's really, really hard to navigate it with a car. But that also means the zombies have that same problem. They have to stick to the roads for the most part. So they're really easy to predict their movements. Aside from the best map, what is your personal favorite map? I really enjoyed Trumbull Valley because I feel like it's the most diverse map. Trumbull Valley and Cascade Hills, I would have to say, are probably my two favorites just because of I feel like they have a lot of diversity in them compared to the rest of the maps. Like Drucker County, other than this town here, I feel like it's very long, spaced out roads with sporadic buildings on it, and I feel like that's just the whole map. Meager Valley, same way. I like density. I like the building density of Trumbull Valley is like Marshall. The building density is amazing down there. In all the three towns, it's really good. So I think that's why Trumbull Valley is probably my favorite. I was super surprised, Sam, that they didn't build a base at the hospital. Will there be a new map? No, I don't think we'll see another new map in State of Decay 2. I tell people this every time. Their map building teams, I'm pretty sure, are all focusing on building the maps going into State of Decay 3. They don't have the time or the resources to have them build another map for this game. You know, there's already 5 maps, so. But there it is, chat. I'm about to go get a timing because it's kind of a weird bit of time right now. I haven't been going that long, but we already beat this this map for the most part. Let me see something real quick. I actually want to. I don't know if I can trigger it because I have not played on this community yet, chat, since this update came out. This is my forever community. Yeah, they did contract out Providence Ridge and Trumbull Valley, but they don't have the resources. You know what I mean? Like they I guarantee they don't have the money to to turn that to pay another company to build maps for them. A lot of their resources are going to State of Decay 3.
By fracking.
I see a juggernaut here.
All right, let me see here, chat. So this right here, if you guys are wondering, is a Haven device. And if I could find a zombie nearby, I'll show you guys what it does. This is the upgraded van too. I want to show you. This is how much storage this thing has. Look at that, chat. It has a scroll bar for storage now. This one got an extra slot also. The upgraded Jeep got an extra slot. I believe this one got an extra slot. I think this one only used to be 3. I'm pretty sure that's the same. Oh, wow. Wizard Van 3, 6, 9, 12 baseline. That's crazy. Yeah, so all the vans are pretty good, chat. All pretty good. I don't know if you could still get the Wizard Van. I think they took it off. I still have mine, but... That one got a 7. This one has 9. It's pretty good. Trumbull Valley 4x4. Oh, still only has 6. All right, let's see if I can find a zombie so I can show you guys what the Haven device does. No, yeah, they in this update that's coming out, that's one of the things they buffed. Remix is the storage capacity. There's it. Where the hell is the Juggernaut? Now, most people would dread Juggernauts coming into their base. But, yeah, when you have a Haven device, it's really not all that big of a deal.
I can't breathe. Maybe I should slow down.
And this is why, chat.
Any chance you can help us out over here?
And that's what the Haven device does, chat. How do you stay in the same map after So, if you do the missions, like it is going to try to force you to leave. But now they gave you you just don't finish don't finish your leader legacy if you want to just live on a map endlessly. Yeah, these new trunk sizes are awesome. I'm a huge fan. It's one of my favorite parts of the update, honestly. It adds a lot to it, but as you guys can see, I have a random plague heart that randomly woke up now because of the how many hearts do I have? Yeah, because I already have 13 hearts done, so this system's automatically going to start doing shit. Don't know where the hell it's going, though. Oh, Travis, I'm doing good. I hope you feel better.
I have found my people. You guys are the best.
Yeah, I have no clue where the hell this horde is going, chat. It's pointing this way, but... A lot of the plague arts that I have left on this map, we got one there.
Hey, Sheriff. Someone in our community was just killed, and the murderer might be one of us. We need your help on this.
I have a couple over here.
I can do that.
Here. I have ones right around my base. But yeah, that's what makes the Haven device so good. Like, so even though, yes, it no longer prevents sieges from happening, having this built in your base is going to just help you. It's gonna make everything better. Still says no sieges, but
I should stay away from that plague bloater.
definitely gonna get sieges still. Got a question about pre-orders, Mass. Hogwarts Legacy or Dragon Ishin, aka Yakuza and Samurai era. I mean, I'm going Hogwarts Legacy all day. 100%. Why does the particular horde have a noise icon with it? Where? Oh, this one? That just means this is a screamer. This zombie here is a screamer. If it has the little dots like that. Bloaters are these dudes. Ferals are like the little crouched over guys. I have a builder tower, right? Yeah, so my passive scouting range should be huge. That's why I can see this horde all the way out here. As you can see, now if you scroll over everything, it puts that outline, you can see what your scouting range is. So if I get any infestation hordes, anything moving around within that radius, I'll be able to see it. But the crappy thing about the farmland compound, as you can see, these hordes move all around the fields here.
Never mind, Cleo.
So
I'm still seeing too much bioelectric interference from local plague hearts. If I didn't know better, I'd swear they were blocking your signal on purpose. If our friendly neighbors are listening, perhaps they could help us by clearing some plague hearts from the valley.
you know what I just noticed, chat? Undead Labs fixed the missions. They fixed the Trumbull Valley missions in the beta. My community here was so jacked up constantly with the old missions, but it just registered the proper mission that I was supposed to be at. Am I on bad terms with YouTube? No, YouTube just doesn't always send out notifications, man. It just is what it is. They're very finicky with their notifications. What I say to you guys is if you are having a hard time with notifications, go and make sure you have like the bell icon. You got to like hit everything and then just unnotify and then like redo it again. Eldridge, how you doing? Yeah, I'll be playing Hogwarts Legacy on the channel. So if you guys are looking forward to that, I'm excited. I'm definitely excited. Also tomorrow we're gonna be playing the Dead Space remake. I already purchased it. They didn't give me. I don't have the ability to preload it for whatever reason. But I do have Dead Space remake, so we're gonna be playing that tomorrow. I'm excited for that. We actually just played Dead Space, I believe, last year. So it's still pretty fresh in my mind. It's gonna be cool to see the difference between the first game and this new one. And we'll also be playing Ark tomorrow. But we're going to be playing some Assassin's Creed Valhalla here in a little bit. So I do appreciate you guys for coming and hanging out. But we're going to end the stream here, chat. We're going to end this stream here. I know it was a little bit of a short one, but I wanted to make sure, I got the information. If you guys didn't hear my spiel in the beginning of the stream, definitely go back and listen. I kind of go into depth of what I thought about, the dev stream and the balance changes and stuff like that are supposed to be coming to this new update. So yeah, definitely go check it out. At the beginning of the stream, probably the first 30 minutes of the stream is us just talking. So I do appreciate you guys. If you haven't on your way out, smash that like button. I really do appreciate the support. If you guys are new to the channel, consider subscribing. And other than that, chat, I love you guys. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.